Hi everyone, I'm Marilyn Aloria, and I want to talk to you about channeling. It seems to be a very hot topic on my Facebook pages because most people want to learn how to do it. Before I give you a little introduction to it, I do want to let you know that I am teaching a live class here in LA on Saturday, January 17th, 2015, from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. So if you want to sign up for that class, the link is below, and take a look at it and sign up. It's going to be a really great class. I'm also going to be teaching a teleconference class for those of you who aren't in LA, and information will be revealed soon about that. So I want to talk to you about this because this is something that a lot of you want to experience, and I feel that you are capable of experiencing, especially with the way the dimensions are now, how the veils between the dimensions are shifted and much thinner, and we're much more conscious of who we are as a human state, human people, as souls. We're much more aware. We're much more working in the vibration of a higher state of consciousness. We're able to channel a lot easier than it may have been 100 years ago, 50 years ago, even I'd say 20, 30 years ago. Channeling came pretty easy for me because before I started channeling, I was already doing a lot of dream work. I was doing a lot of psychotherapy work on myself, a lot of psychological work on myself. I was in group therapy sessions. I was doing all types of intense work, and I'll explain why that's important in a minute. I was also doing a lot of acting work and a lot of imagination work. And a lot of times I'll hear from you people, how do I know it's not my imagination? What all that work prepared me to do, the dream work, working with symbols, communicating with symbols, ritualistic work, it made me trust myself. It made me know that I had to just go with it. I had to just trust it and go with it. So when I started channeling, I was working with a therapist who knew how to work with mediums, and I was just opening up to this stuff on a very fast-paced level. And I had an energy leaning against me, and I told her, I said I felt something leaning against me, and she said, well, what is it? And I closed my eyes and instantly went to it. Now, they do say that there's natural channelers. I like to believe that we can all grow into being natural channelers if you don't feel like you are right now. For me, it did happen fast, very fast. The other reason that helped me was that I was psychologically aware of my own stuff. So I'm always able to push that out of the way. So if self-doubt came up, I would know, okay, just don't deal with self-doubt right now. Just go with the experience of channeling, and then you can look at it later on. Or I would say to my guides after a while, I'm doubting, am I manipulating the information? And we started working through a system where they would let me know if I was manipulating. There's different types of channeling, okay? There's relay channeling. Relay channeling is when you're almost like when I'm in a reading, and I have to relate this to my experiences so I can explain it best to you. And the spirit is in the room with me, and it's giving me information through hearing, seeing, feeling, and knowing. I have different gifts. We all have capabilities of growing these gifts. And I'll be relaying the information to the sitter. So that's like a relay channeling. Many times in those readings, I don't remember anything, even 10 minutes after I've given the information, because I ask that I'm not present. Doesn't mean that I'm in a trance state. It just means that my stuff is not getting jumped up with everything. It isn't getting in there, because I don't want that. I want my readings to be very pure. Then there's semi-conscious and conscious. So conscious channeling for me is when I go into you go into a meditative state, but you're more conscious of the beings talking through you. You're more conscious of them using your vocal cords, your hand gestures. Your head can move different directions, because they're working with the energy of your body. But you're conscious of what's being done. Semi-conscious is what I'll usually move into, where it's almost like I feel like I'm sitting in the corner of the room, even though my body's still on the couch, and I'm like watching what is going on, and I'm allowing them access to speak through me, to use my body. Normally my guides will say to me, we're going to speak through you now, and I just give them permission. A lot of times I can't even speak my words, so I speak into a recorder. I don't do automatic writing. That'll be on another video or in the class, covered in the class. I do it where I speak into a recorder. I like speaking out loud. So in the beginning, it'll start out like a dialogue. I'll be like, should I go to that dinner party? Yes, you can ask those types of questions. And my guides will give me the answer, and they'll speak through me. No, the dinner party's not going to serve your highest good. You really need to spend the time meditating. And then when I move into a semi-conscious state, I won't ask the question. The answers just flow through. Everything just flows through. They know exactly what I need. And many times I'll go above what my practical needs are or what I went into a channeling state for, and I'll get a lot of higher information as they educate me and help me to educate my audience. Then there's trance mediumship, which is what you all are probably passioned by, romanticized by, I can't find the word, but if you work with me, you know that I sometimes lose words. Trance mediumship is what Jane Roberts did with Seth. It's what Edgar Cayce did. It's when you're completely out. It's when you completely allow the entity to take over your body, to take over your vocal cords, take over your mannerisms. You're completely not present and not aware. It was taught to me that that can be dangerous, that when you do that, you need to have somebody by you who can watch over you, so that if anything happens in your physical surroundings, they can make sure that your body is safe, because you've given your body over to an entity. I have not done that type of mediumship yet. I probably maybe will move into that one day, but I've been fine with what I've been doing. Now, what I want to say to all of you is the way I believe channeling is, it's such an incredible, profound experience, and has changed my life. The reason why it's changed my life is because I get such incredible insights that are not, they're not anchored in any fear. It's all love. It's such an incredible feeling and space of love that many times when I went up there, I did not want to come out. And I had to start setting a time limit with my guides so that I would come out of it. Because when you get into that space of unconditional love and you start getting the information that you get, it's very hard to, you don't want to leave. That's why many mediums have a hard time wanting to stay on the earth plane. I was one of those, and many of you probably understand what I'm talking about. It's a great tool to have because, like I said before, and people may not agree with me, but this is my experience, asking practical questions like, should I go to that dinner party? There's usually a reason why I'm struggling with a simple question like that, and there's usually some type of profound information behind it that I need to learn in order to grow my soul. So you can ask very simple things. I ask things about my business all the time. I ask about marketing. And then a lot of times I'll go in with a list of questions and then skip them because they know there's something else that they want to come through, or I don't even feel the necessity to ask them once I'm in the space with my guides. So that is my introduction to all of you about channeling. I will be teaching more about it, so sign up for my newsletter if you're not on it, and stay tuned. And of course, I'll always be doing videos like this so that I can educate all of you, for the people who cannot afford to take my classes, because I want everybody to learn. Thank you so much. I'm Marilyn Aloria, and have a blessed day, evening, whatever time of day it is when you're watching this. Thank you.